The streets of Brooklyn, New York, were loud and crowded, horns blaring, subway tracks shaking, people moving fast. But in the middle of it all, Amara Johnson walked alone. She wasn't just blind. She was a plus-sized woman in a world that refused to see her beauty. Her curly hair was styled with beads, her deep brown skin glowing under the city lights. She moved carefully, tapping her white cane against the pavement, her oversized dress flowing as she walked. People didn't just ignore her, they mocked her. "Damn, she's like a moving mountain," someone sneered. "Watch out, she's gonna block the whole sidewalk," another voice laughed. Amara heard it all, every whisper, every insult, but she kept walking, her head high. That's when she heard his voice for the first time. "Y'all laugh, but you don't see her strength, you don't see the fire in her soul." She stopped. No one had ever stood up for her before. She turned toward the voice. "Who are you?" she asked. "Chase," he said. And just like that, her world began to change. Chase Carter was different from the men Amara had met. A street artist, he set up his small stall in Harlem, painting the world as he saw it. His hands were always stained with paint, his dreadlocks tied back, his dark brown eyes full of fire and passion. But the moment he saw Amara, he knew he wanted to paint her. Not just her body, but her soul. Every day she stopped by his stall. He described his paintings to her, letting her see through his words. "This one is a sunset," he'd say, guiding her fingers over a textured canvas. "The sky is red like fire, but beneath it, the ocean is calm, like your voice when you sing to yourself." Amara smiled. No one had ever spoken to her like that before. One evening, as they sat together, Chase took her hands. "Amara, you are the most beautiful woman I have ever met." She pulled away, laughing bitterly. "Don't lie to me. Chase, I know what people say about me." Chase took her face in his hands. "I don't care what they see. I care about what I see." Then he did what no man had ever dared to do. He kissed her, and in that moment the world melted away. Love wasn't easy. Amara's family mocked her. "A broke artist? What can he give you? A painting to eat?" Chase's friends warned him, "You could have any girl, bro. Why her?" But the worst was yet to come. One night, as Chase packed up his paintings, they came for him. 3 men, faces hidden under hoodies. They beat him until blood dripped from his lips. Before leaving, one of them ripped apart a painting of Amara and whispered in his ear, "Stay away from the blind giant, or next time you die." Chase didn't tell Amara what happened, but Amara wasn't stupid. The next morning, she reached out and touched his face. She felt the bruises, the swollen lip, the bandages. "Chase, what happened?" she whispered. He sighed. "We have to leave, Amara. We have to run or they'll destroy us." Her heart pounded. Could she really escape the only life she had ever known? That night, under the cover of darkness, they ran. Hand in hand, breathless, their feet splashing through puddles as rain poured down on New York City. They could hear voices behind them, chasing. If they got caught, Chase would die. They didn't stop running until they reached a small, quiet town by the Hudson River. It was nothing like Brooklyn. The air was fresh. The streets were peaceful. For the first time, they were free. Chase opened a small art studio, painting scenes of their journey. Amara learned to make sculptures, using her hands to shape what she felt in her heart, and every night Chase kissed her beneath the stars. "You were always beautiful, Amara," he whispered, "and now the world will see it too." She smiled, holding him close, because in the end, love had won, and nothing else mattered. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and stay connected to the world of timeless love stories.